Thanks for checking out this haul video. So as promised, here's a video for what I picked up for the Black Friday sale for Vinegar Syndrome. If you didn't see my other video, I broke this up into two videos. There's stuff that I got for their November releases in a separate video, and then this is everything additional that I picked up that wasn't a Vinegar Syndrome a November release. So you can check out both videos. Got a decent stack, and I'm going to tell you almost all of this, all but one of these is a partner label because that's where I ended up focusing. I was going into it thinking I'm not going to spend a whole lot. I don't want, there's not a lot of extra stuff I want, but then something happened or a few things happened because they had daily deals. And I saw a few of those daily deals. I was like, oh, I kind of want this, and I definitely want this. And, you know, obviously the Black Friday sale is their biggest sale each year. So went ahead and stocked up on a few things, but going forward, I'm trying not to spend as much. Also, I know a lot of people were talking about the fact that they had the option for people to use their media club points for the sweepstakes they were doing for each of the 4 days of the sale. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to use my money, my points on that because it's literally money. But then when I saw it to enter, it was only 200 points per entry, which is basically $2 off on future orders. I was like, that's not too bad. So I did a few here and there. I didn't do a ton. I know there were some people who were like, I'm going to drain all my points. And I'm like, I don't know if you should because you might not get anything for that. So did a little bit, didn't get anything, but that's all good. Anyway, let me get into what I did get. First of all, they sent me a replacement disc, I guess, for my Decanalog Dubro Party Massacre 3 that I purchased, which, by the way, has amazing special features and an essay booklet. I loved it. So I guess there was a problem with disc 2. Didn't know that, but here we go. I got a replacement disc, so that's good. All right, so the one Vinegar Syndrome title that I did pick up was one of the daily deals. So I went ahead and got Cloak and Dagger on 4K. Now, this is one that I had kind of been interested in, but I was like, I don't know. But then when I saw it on sale, I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and pull the trigger on this because I've heard good things about it. I've heard a lot of people say some nice things about it. So, yeah, that's that. And if you want to see the inside, there you go. Davy Osborne is an average 11-year-old boy with an overactive imagination. He spends his days playing video games and pretending to be a spy with his imaginary father figure, Jack Flack, a substitute for his real father who is struggling with the recent death of Davy's mother. However, fantasy becomes reality for Davy after he witnesses the murder of an FBI agent who, in his dying breath, gives Davy a mysterious video game cartridge called Cloak and Dagger, which in actuality contains top-secret government information. With the help of his younger friend Kim, the tech-savvy Morris, and even a little help from his fictional secret agent mentor, Davy must stay one step ahead of pursuers as he tries to survive a real-life game of espionage in the streets of San Antonio, Texas. I've heard good things. I've heard it's like a fun, kind of like for kids, but a little more edgy type film. It has Henry Thomas in it as a kid. So that's cool. So excited to check out Cloak and Dagger. And for any of these films, if you've seen them, go ahead and comment down there and let me know. Oh, I like this. I didn't like that. Or just you know, kind of what to expect when I watch them. Or if I need to bump them up my watch list because they're that good. And also, while I'm talking about that stuff, please help me out by subscribing to my channel, giving the thumbs up to this video to help with that algorithm on YouTube, hitting the notification bell button if you would like to. And if you want to chip in some dollars each month, I do have memberships for the channel, which you get perks for, there's a link in the description. You can check that out. And actually, I always forget to say this, but I also have a link in the description for if you're going to make a first-time purchase for Vinegar Syndrome, you get like $5 off. It's a coupon code. And then I get like 500 media club points. Oh, and there's a weird animation. My computer does this every now and then. I'm just going to go with it because celebration. Anyway, the next film I picked up, this one sounded really fun. This was Hercules Returns. This one actually was not on sale. I had picked this up in, I think like late October maybe, early November. I had gotten it, not during the sale, but I was like, this looks good because it wasn't going to be on sale anyway during the Black Friday sale. Hercules Returns. That's something. That's fun. And then on the inside, there's a essay booklet, which all about that. Yeah, looks fun. All right. The outrageous comedy in 5,000 years. The most outrageous comedy in 5,000 years. Thank Zeus for Hercules Returns if you love movies with muscle men in them. Hercules Returns is a story of Brad McBain, a frustrated employee of Australia's largest cinema chain. Brad decides to quit his job and sets about reopening the Picture Palace, a disused cinema in the Melbourne suburb of St. Kilda, to show classic old films. An act of the sabotage on the opening night sees their first film, the 1964 Italian film Samson and His Mighty Challenge, swapped out for a non-subtitled print. As a desperate measure, Brad rallies his projectionist, Sprocket, and publicist Lisa to improvise voiceovers for the entire film with hilarious results to avert disaster. That's what I've heard about this, is that it's kind of like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 slash Riff Tracks type thing, and it's very fun and funny. So I love those things. So I was like, yeah, I want to give it a go. Plus, I watched the trailer, and it looks fun. So yeah, Hercules Returns. Now, the next one, oh, and that was put out by, who put out? Oh, Umbrella Entertainment. I have a few Umbrella titles. They do good stuff. The next one is put out by Saturn's Core, and this one I had to get because my good buddy Rich was like, he had bought it and he was like, dude, you have to see this. It's ridiculous. You'll love it. It's called Lost Faith. Looks awesome. Lost his wife. He lost his wife. He lost his patience. He lost his faith. Is what it says on the back. And then, yeah, I mean, how awesome does that look? It's like fighting martial arts type ridiculousness, apparently. Steve Nakata is a good guy having a bad day. After run-ins with both the corrupt local cops and a satanic biker gang, his world is turned upside down when his beautiful model wife is kidnapped by an evil karate master, yes, and his nefarious henchmen, who keep a harem of abducted women confined in a jungle prison, awaiting their sale into a white slavery ring. Wow. Nakata soon realizes that it will require much more than just his heroic courage and martial arts expertise to defeat his enemies and rescue his wife. He must first reach deep down inside his soul and attempt to regain his lost faith. Yeah, just the way that's written. Sounds great. I'm pretty excited. Gonna be a so bad it's good ride. I'm into it. Lost faith. Okay, so then the last was the 7 titles are all from the same one. They're Fun City Entertainment. And I wasn't initially going to purchase them. None of them are horror. None of them are like really action so much. But there was someone in a Vinegar Syndrome group I'm in on Facebook who was saying, hey, people don't sleep on these deals for these Fun City Entertainment titles because they're very cheap right now. And these films are legitimately very good. So I started looking up a bunch of those titles on Letterboxd, and they have really good ratings on Letterboxd. And I'm not kidding, these titles were like $8, $9 a pop for a Blu-ray. And I was like, that's so cheap. One of them was $14, but I'll tell you which one that is when I get to it. But so these are ranked in the order I am least excited about to most excited about to watch. The last one being the most excited, but here we go. So the first one is Rancho Deluxe. I like that cover art. Looks pretty cool. Not much on the back. A little booklet in there, essay booklet. What's the original artwork look like? Whoops. Okay, come on. That's interesting original artwork. Okay. Oh, we'll tell you about a normal day at Rancho Deluxe as soon as they have one. Before he was the dude, Jeff Bridges portrayed another affable stoner, Jack McKee, in director Frank Perry's laid-back comedy Rancho Deluxe, which happily takes aim at the mythology of the Wild West. Bridges and Sam Waterston are a pair of hippie cattle rustlers who draw the ire of a wealthy Montana ranch owner in this wild and unpredictable acid western penned by acclaimed novelist Tom McGaughan. The main yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So it sounds interesting. It's one I'm least interested in of these because Western aspect, I'm not big into Westerns, but it looked good enough, has high enough ratings. Rancho Deluxe. Then the next one is called Jeremy. Also like this cover art. That's pretty cool. On the back, really not anything. Another booklet in this one, as well as the original artwork, which doesn't look great. And then this is just what the front is. A film that has nothing going for it but the people who love it. That's pretty funny. Um, Jeremy loves horses, New York, basketball, and cello, and Susan, the new girl at school. Before they teamed in the hit film Ode to Billy Joe, Robbie Benson and Glynis O'Connor gained fame in this honest and moving tale of first love in Fun City era New York. Benson is Jeremy Jones, a shy teenager who excels in all areas of his life save for romance. After a brief encounter with dance student Susan Rollins at school, Jeremy is smitten, and suddenly everything else in the world seems inconsequential in comparison. All he can think of is winning Susan's heart, but as he soon learns, new relationships can be as fleeting as they are exhilarating. This apparently got Best First Film at the Cannes Festival, so yeah, it sounds interesting. It looks interesting. Jeremy. This next one is the one that was $14, and this one is Natural Enemies. This does look like a little bit of like an action-y flick. So, again, a little essay booklet, which is cool. Love essay booklets. Here's the inside of this one. Okay. Natural Enemies. What causes a man who seemingly has everything, a thriving business and family, to snap and throw it all away? It's the question of this provocative and intelligent psychological drama investigates. Successful New York Magazine publisher Paul Stewart has reached his breaking point, and today is the day he has decided to kill himself, his wife, and their children. His marriage to Miriam has grown cold and distant. On this final day, he seeks the answers that might relieve him of his despair through encounters with a psychiatrist, an astronaut, a friend who survived the Holocaust, 5 prostitutes in a brothel, and a lonely woman on the train ride home. Sounds very interesting. Sounds like one of those kind of like journey films that I enjoy. So, interested to watch Natural Enemies. I gotta have these sitting here a different way. There we go. Okay. Then the next one is Born to Win. This one looks like a pretty interesting slipcover. There's the other one and another. This is all messed up. So many creases in that booklet. Very weird. Oh, and then the inside's just the same as the slipcover. Okay, their story is written on his arm. If they can get a grip on each other, maybe they can turn their lives around. Jay was a hairdresser until his escalating heroin addiction broke up his family and overtook his life. In filmmaker Ivan Passer's Fun City set Born to Win, Jay and his friend and fellow junkie Billy Dynamite are reduced to running scams all over town together, desperately angling for their next fix. When a free-spirited young woman falls for Jay, it seems they might have a chance to escape this bleak world together. But Jay's addiction means they are never too far from the reach of a ruthless drug dealer and pimp and a relentless narcotics cop. Yeah, sounds interesting. Sounds very interesting, so pretty excited to check out Born to Win. Then the next one, love this title, is called The Coca-Cola Kid, and I also love this artwork. That's very fun. Also, using the pink, another booklet in there, and the Coca-Cola Kid. Apparently he drinks Coca-Cola while he's getting it on. Okay. From the director of Montenegro, a new formula for comedy. When a small-town Australian soda maker refuses to convert his factory to Coca-Cola production, the parent company sends in its whiz-kid troubleshooter, Becker, to resolve the issue. The previously unflappable Becker, however, finds his own resolve challenged by Australia's unique character and characters, namely Terry, his beautiful and very eccentric secretary, and McDowell, the stubbornly independent soft drink entrepreneur. Serbian auteur Dusan Makavejev, hopefully I got that, probably not, brings his celebrated off-kilter and boundary-pushing sensibilities to this classic screwball comic setup so that the narrative remains refreshingly unpredictable, unconventional, and subversive throughout. Sounds fun, and I'm always down for a comedy, especially kind of weird, quirky ones. So, The Coca-Cola Kid. Excited. Then the next one we have is called Smile. And I've heard really good things. Some other people were talking about this in the comments on that post in that Facebook group, saying Smile is great. So, pretty excited about that. Another booklet. And the original artwork looks pretty fun. Yeah, party time. Raised on hamburgers and soda pop, she's got a winning smile that's hard to top. A credit to her family, the ideal teen. She's all America's daughter. She's a beauty queen. The town of Santa Rosa is abuzz. That's because it's time again for the yearly Young American Miss Pageant. Talented misses from up and down California have gathered for the annual event where they will be choreographed by prickly song and dance man Tommy. Produced by businessman like ex-pageant winner Brenda DiCarlo and judged by blustery RV salesman and town booster Big Bob Freelander. Meanwhile, Bob's young son, Little Bob, and his pals get into some hormonally fueled hijinks. Michael Ritchie's bittersweet satire of this peculiar tradition of small-town Americana is a bona fide comedy classic of the new Hollywood era. Sounds very fun, sounds very interesting, and yeah, I'm down with it. Smile. So that brings me to the final one that I'm most excited to watch, and that is the film Heartbreakers. And this one I actually have a slipcover for. The inside, oh man, that looks 80s. That looks very 80s. Another booklet with this one, and it's the same as on the inside. But I like that disc. Again, very 80s. All right. If only your friends were as perfect as strangers. Los Angeles painter Arthur Blue and businessman Ellie Kahn are best of friends, commiserating and competing always whether on the racket court or in the singles bar. When Blue's long-term girlfriend Sid leaves him for a more successful artist and Ellie's father passes away, they each fall for a beguiling French art gallery manager, and their fragmented bromance enters crisis mode. The late Carol Wayne co-stars and leaves a lasting impression as Blue's sad artistic muse and sometimes lover. Yeah, this one sounds like a lot of fun. Again, just kind of unique, comedy-ish sounding. So yeah, Heartbreakers, excited. So there you have it. Any comments you want? Also, if you've picked anything up lately that you're just excited about, it doesn't have to be horror or Vinegar Syndrome or Partner Label or anything like that, go ahead and put it in the comments and we'll talk about that. But thank you so much for taking your time to watch this. I appreciate that. And until next time, keep it brutal.